Can you share your hottest takes about the upcoming World Chess Championship match?
Looking at the performances of both players, it looks heavily in favor of one of them, of Gukesh, just simply because Ding has been completely out of shape in the last couple of years or so. So yeah, it's of course easy to say that Gukesh is a big favorite, which is true. But it all depends on what will happen with Dean Liren. If he can find his best chess or close to it, then I think it will be, of course, a very close match. I think he could even be favored if we think of him as, let's say, his strongest years, like 2019 and so on. So that's a big if he will find that shape. But I certainly hope that he will get close to that.
I don't think it's a hot take to say that like Gukesh is the big favorite, so I don't know. I mean, the only hot take would be if someone's like, Ding is the favorite, but I think that one's too hot, that probably no one has ever said that, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be boring, so let's say Ding is going to win convincingly.
I hope Ding does well. I'm looking forward for a big comeback. The European Club Cup finished yesterday. Gukesh didn't play so well. So I hope this will give Ding some more confidence in himself, and we'll see a very close match.
I talked to a lot of grandmasters, and they all think that the match won't last 14 games. So we'll see. Huh? Is that obvious, yeah? Who's gonna win? Yeah, that's a good question, yeah. Well, the higher rated one.
I think from Gukesh, what you see is what you get. He's very strong. He's coming up a lot. And with Ding, the real question is, can he get his health and shape back in order? I think that if Ding can bring his form from a few years ago, back then I thought he was the second best player in the world, and I think he still would be if he can bring that same version of himself. I'm not super optimistic that he will, but yeah, I think it will depend a lot more on Ding than it will on Gukesh.
I think Gukesh will win, but it will take him a while before he wins the first game. Sort of like Magnus against Vichy in their first match. It took Magnus a couple games. They made some draws, There's some nerves in the beginning, I think. So I think it'll be a close match.
So as far as the upcoming World Championship match goes, I think I've said this before, but it'll probably be very decisive one way or the other. At this point, I think Gukesh is a very clear favorite. But since you want hot takes, I would say that, I tend to think about things in a way where everything happens for a reason. I think that if we are objective about the situation, a Ding win would be very bad for chess. With all the interest in India at the moment, I think that a Ding win would perhaps set chess back by 2 or 4 years.
My hottest take is that I don't treat it as a World Championship match. For me, World Championship match was always the match for the title of the best player in the world. I think the history of the World Championship matches that started, by the way, here in St. Louis, with Steinitz facing Zuckertor back in 1886, has ended with Magnus Carlsen. There were 16 world champions. You could call them, just this is at this every given moment, the best players. It's those who do the title by beating the best player. So it's, with all due respect, Ding playing Gukesh, it's an important event. It's still FIDE event. It's a quote-unquote official title. But these days, with all the modern technologies, with chess getting faster and faster, with our lives getting also faster, it's to keep an antiquated system of qualification that takes 18 months or longer to select a challenger. It's not adequate. And I think Magnus' decision, though probably I would have acted differently, but still his decision was a correct one. And you can see that he's enjoying himself now. He's playing even probably better chess than before this tough decision that he had made. As for the match, I think Gukesh is a favorite because the way Ding had been playing lately, it's kind of a shadow of old Ding we all remember. If he can recover miraculously, so then it will be an interesting fight. But in any case, it's an event that has nothing to do with the main idea of the World Championship match to define the best player on the planet.
I don't think it's going to be easy at all for Gukesh. I think he's a favorite. I mean, we have to maybe say that by the past results, because he's been so much stronger than Ding in recent year, at the very least, maybe even more than year. But I think it's going to be different, for Gukesh, for anyone who's playing in that atmosphere. And although Gukesh plays very, very well, and sometimes, dominantly well, like at the Olympiad, it's not going to be, I don't think it's possible to dominate the World Championship match. I think we also expected, like last World Championship, Jan was winning game 2, and then we thought, okay, he's just going to win, he's winning with black in the opening, he's going to win this match easily. And then something strange happens. So that's what happens when you put pressure on people.